Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital News YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Diane and Alexis go back to the Albany courtroom. Diane makes a joke about Fergus getting a migraine if he continues to frown. Diane believes he's really insane, and Alexis knows he hates her. When the judges reconvene the court, they want Alexis to give one last speech. Alexis wants to go back to what she said before. She repeats that she lied under oath, but this time it was before a medical board rather than a judge. One judge asks her why that's important. She claims that she testified as a citizen rather than a lawyer, and that the reason she did so was to save the reputation of a guy who just so happened to be Fergus Burns' late brother, the opposing attorney. Alexis claims that Fergus was replaced by his legal partner, despite Fergus reminding the court that he had recused himself. She adds that Iva Jerome, her accuser, is her later ex-husband's sister and that she is taking revenge. She maintains that it matters where she lied to herself, and it should also be taken into consideration that neither her accuser nor the hearing's details were disclosed to her. She claims that Iva Jerome and Fergus Burns' personal grudges against her were the real reason for her disbarment, not the law. Despite any flaws, Alexis claims that her personal life has no effect on her ability to practice law. She contends that she was a very good attorney with a stellar reputation who lost her license because of a personal grudge. She was never allowed to express her piece before, but now she can. In support of his argument, Fergus claims that Alexis neglected to mention that she had previously been suspended for persuading her client Carlos Rivera not to testify against Julian, who was her spouse at the time. Regretfully, Carlos passed away at Julian's hands before he could say anything, which may have been Alexis' intention. Alexis and Diane both object. Fergus goes on a rant, accusing his brothers Brendan and Neil of dying as a result of their interactions with Alexis. "You wrecked my family, and I'm here to make sure you never destroy anyone else's," he screams. Fergus and Diane keep objecting, and the judges keep calling the court to order. According to Fergus, Alexis was disbarred and caused the deaths of both of his brothers through her deceit and dishonesty. He maintains her disbarment, claiming she has shown she has no regard for legal ethics. Within 30 days, the judges promise to communicate their verdict. Diane tells Fergus he should be ashamed of himself as she casts a glance in his direction. He leaves. After a ride, Tracy comes back to the stables and tells Cody how wonderful it was. Cody claims he was informed she was required at the residence and that he would handle the cleanup. Tracy claims Chase needs her, even though he doesn't think anyone else does. Tracy claims to be traveling to Florence by plane with Brooke Lynn. Cody informs her that they were unable to board the aircraft. Tracy queries why not. Cody merely expresses regret. Tracy learns that Gregory has passed away. Tracy bemoans the fact that she just saw Gregory yesterday, while Cody gives her some water. Though she anticipated it would happen eventually, this came as a huge surprise. Cody apologizes for having to break the news to her. Tracy claims she isn't because she believes Gregory resembled him greatly in his youth. Though he can't see it, Cody is flattered. According to Tracy, neither of them worries and they both handle things in an open manner. He admits laughingly that he worries, and the horses provide him some relief. Tracy claims that Gregory's family took care of him in that way. She goes on to mention more parallels, including how he doesn't push people around or miss anything. He is gifted, she says, since he shows a lot of grace to others. Tracy advises Cody to let others know that he informed her of the news if they inquire. He apologizes once more, and she reciprocates. Tracy leaves. Liz is informed by Portia at the hospital that she is sorry for what transpired. When Finn contacted, he informed her that Gregory wouldn't be in today and gave her his address. Seeing him in his environment at the wedding and realizing how much he loved his family made her feel fortunate. Since Portia was essentially a member of the family, she believes that she must be struggling as well. When Portia inquires about Finn, Liz says he's having difficulties. Portia offers to take the day off so she may spend time with him. Liz claims he doesn't want her in the area. Seeing it, Portia says, "Talk to her. She's her friend." In addition, Liz says she is the co-chief of staff. As they head out for lunch, Molly runs into TJ in the hallway. Molly keeps attempting to reach her mother. Liz informs her, flagging her down. After learning about Gregory, Molly explains that Alexis is in Albany for her hearing on an appeal. When Liz finds out that Alexis will be returning home tomorrow, she prefers to speak with Alexis directly rather than having Molly deliver the news. When Tracy gets there, she meets Liz. They both comment on how difficult the day is. Liz informs Tracy that Stella is in the break room as she searches for her. Tracy enters the restroom. Stella claims to have learned of Gregory. As they sat, Tracy, who is aware that Stella is a patient advocate, asks Tracy to let her know if anything comes up with bills or anything else she can manage with her hands or her pocketbook. Stella promises to do so. Tracy wants Gregory's family to be worry-free at this time. She adds that since this isn't her loss, she also wants her name to be kept out of it. Stella claims that while it is her loss as well, what she is offering goes above and beyond what others would. Tracy feels that Gregory has transformed her, and she doesn't want to disappoint him too quickly. Tracy believes it's time for her to return home because she has spent enough time away from them. Stella asks, "What's a few more minutes?" as she passes her a cookie. After accepting the cookie, Tracy and Stella giggle. Liz enters the locker area and tries to leave as soon as Portia walks in. Because Portia is offended and perplexed as to why Liz is avoiding her, she begs her to stay. Liz claims that this is not her tale to share. It worries Portia to think of her. She's not the one she should be concerned about, Liz murmurs. Portia claims she's afraid now. Liz acknowledges that Finn had been drinking when she visited. She tells Portia what occurred, but she notices the expression on her face. She hopes that confiding in her wasn't a mistake. Liz apologizes to Portia at the central nurses' station for throwing everything at her. Portia expresses her gratitude for having her faith as a friend. Liz believes that everything will return to normal once the death settles, as it's still extremely raw. She is confident that Finn would stand by both Violet and him, and according to Portia, he also has patients who depend on him. Liz implores her to maintain the secrecy. Finn's sobriety is very important to him, and Portia is aware of it. This was likely a one-time issue that has passed. Liz expresses gratitude to her since she truly needed to hear it. As she leaves, Portia's grin turns into a worried one. Violet and Brooklyn carry on their conversation about Gregory at Bobby's. Violet worries that she won't remember Grandpa because she constantly forgets things, like her times tables. That isn't feasible, according to Brooklyn, because the people we love and are loved by become a part of us. TJ and Molly eat lunch outside. When they discuss about Christina, Molly acknowledges that she has been ignoring her texts and calls. TJ questions whether it is his fault. Given how much they've been controlling Christina lately, Molly believes they both have something to do with her. TJ is aware that Christina has handled all of their questions and interferences better than other surrogates have. They prioritize having a child and understand that Christina must be allowed to enjoy her own life. When Finn gets to Finn's house, Finn informs Chase that the man in the bed didn't resemble Dad at all, didn't have the same smile, didn't smell like Old Spice, and was extremely chilly. He sobs, saying he didn't want this to occur. Saying neither did he, Chase gives him a hug. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.